Hey guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to NEA Racing. And in today's video, we'll be talking about haptic feedbacks. So, I didn't think I was going to do a full review on haptic feedbacks ever or anytime soon, but during a race, my last video, if you guys watched my previous video, I was in a race and you guys will see a clip of what happened.
My buttkicker died.
Pretty much what happened was I was driving and halfway through the race my buttkicker Gamer Pro died on me, and for the first time in a long while I had the experience of what it felt like driving without any form of haptic feedback under my seat. And this is what this whole video is going to be all about, on how haptic feedbacks actually help you become a better driver, and how without haptic feedbacks you're actually kind of losing out on some information that you're supposed to get as a driver that will help you become a better driver in sim racing. So I'm talking in general on haptic feedbacks, but the one I run on my simulator is the buttkicker Gamer Pro. So there's so many videos on YouTube about the full details and review on what this buttkicker Pro is capable of. You know, the power, the watts, all those information is out there. This video is not it's not about that. This video is all about, should you get any form of haptic feedback on your sim rig, and is this something worth the money? Now, I can jump into the end and tell you, but let me just explain to you guys what I experienced in the last race, which you guys saw, where I was halfway in the race with the buttkicker Pro, and then halfway, without the buttkicker. So literally what happened is I experienced half of the race with this bad boy giving me all the feedback that I needed, and then I experienced half of the race without any of the feedbacks. And what I'll say is, if you are familiar with a track and a car that you're driving, even when you lose some of the haptic feedbacks, just because of the memory that you have of the car, you're still able to at least do competitive lap times or the same lap time. Because even when I lost the buttkicker Pro in that race, the next lap I think I did the fastest lap that I did. But this is what I'm going to tell you happened when I lost the buttkicker Pro. I'm going to tell you every single thing I stopped feeling in the car, and that made me less confident driving the car. First, let me just show you guys how big this is. This is the buttkicker Gamer Pro. They have the Plus, but I just run one of these and it's right under my seat. So I set it up for getting road texture, the curbs, wheel slip, wheel lock, like when I lock the brakes, lock up the front tires, engine revs, gear shifts. All these things are the things that I set up with the buttkicker Pro. And I will tell you that when the buttkicker cut out, it felt like I was driving a dead car. I literally stopped feeling when I was reaching the threshold of my braking. I stopped feeling when I was losing traction, coming off turns. Even wheel slips, I couldn't feel them. I could hear the sound of the engine because I had my headphones and I could get some feedback from my steering wheel, but I could not get any feedback in terms of the body roll of the car. And there's a part of the race where I actually almost lost the car, and because I dipped a tire on the grass or on the sand, and I wasn't able to tell how much traction that I had, and so I stepped on the gas full throttle and almost lost the car. But luckily, with my cat-like reactions, I was able to save the car and continue with the race and maintain position. But one thing I would say for sure is all those informations I had no idea how much I took this for granted until that race. I literally lost every single information that helped me stay, put consistent lap times. And instead, I was driving the car on what I knew it was supposed to do instead of driving the car and driving it based on actually what the car is doing. So, for example, what I mean is, let's say you're going into a turn and you know that you're supposed to take that turn in third gear or something, and you approach at a certain speed, and let's say the speed is too much for for that turn, and you downshift to third gear, and let's say the speed is higher than the gear that you downshift to. There's usually a rare snap that happens in your car, and you usually tend to feel that through the butt kicker and correct it. Now the thing is, if you approach the corner at the right speed and downshift to that gear, let third gear, everything happens, as it should. But the problem is, without the butt kicker, if you're approaching that same turn and you're going a little bit faster than the gear you want to downshift to, when you're approaching and you're downshifting and about to make that turn and you're about to lose the car, the initial signal that you get that lets you know that you're about to lose the car and then correct, whether it's counter steer or lift or a little bit of brake, whatever you need to do to correct it. You don't get that information until it's too late, because you don't have any haptic feedback telling you what the body or the chassis or the tires are doing. So this made me realize how important it is for you to have some form of haptic feedback. It doesn't have to be the buttkicker Gamer Pro or Plus. There are people who make DIY, transducer setup. This is literally a transducer that just sends vibrations through your seats, and I'll try to put a clip of how when you test it, it sounds like an engine revving. That to the point, like, if you're not listening to the engine and you just make all the information come through this butt kicker, you can actually tell when you're shifting gears, when you're accelerating and deaccelerating, just by the frequency, or should I say the sound of what the vibration feels through of the vibrations through the rig. So in my honest opinion, if you really want to be serious with sim racing and you want to be able to put in consistent lap times and be more competitive, especially on wheel-to-wheel combat, and not just be caught off guard or surprised by what your car does because you didn't get so much information when you're battling someone, I'd recommend you get one form of haptic feedback. If it's the next level racing, next level racing, the pad, I forgot what the name is. I think it's a HF8 or something that you put under your seats, and it just gives you some vibration. I've never tried that, but for me, with this buttkicker Pro, is actually excellent. If I was to recommend, I would tell someone, if you have an aluminum rig like me, I run the next level racing FGT Elite rig, and it's an aluminum profile. If you have a full rig that has a lot of accessories like gear shifters, pedals, well, most of this rig have this, but you have like handbrakes, other things that you add that just makes your rig a little bit heavy, go with this Gamer Pro. But if you don't want to spend that much money, and you can go with the Plus, I think the Plus has enough power to give you what you're looking for. But honestly, this was just came up as a short video for me to just explain to you guys the importance of having a haptic feedback, whichever one you choose. Motion platforms give you motion, but most people I've seen, and from YouTube, who actually have motion platforms still have a form one transducer, maybe of the back of the seat, that just gives them that little bit of information and detail on what is happening with the car. And you can go for years with a butt kicker, no motion platform, and be as competitive as people who have motion platforms, because most of them who do actually dial it down when they're trying to do serious races. So my honest opinion, I just brought up this short video just to tell you guys about this. And if you don't take for granted any form of haptic feedback that you have no idea how it makes you a better driver. I realized that in my last race, and I just decided to do a video of this to just let you guys know there's so much you can learn or you can get by just adding a butt kicker or any form of haptic feedback to your sim rig. For me, it's one of the most important things you should add to your rig, because honestly, with informations like wheel slippage, lockups, traction, road texture, even the gear shifts and the vibrations that come from the engine revving, you have no idea how all those informations play a major role on you being a better driver. It's immersion, yes, but now you're taking so much information, not just from your eyes and from your hands, but from your entire body, because these vibrations are running through your body, through your butt, your thighs, your back. So you're able to feel all these things and be able to react, and it just makes you a better driver. I hope this video was helpful. I didn't do an in-depth review. You can check channels like Boosted Media and other. Boosted Media is my to-go channel when it comes to sim equipment, but I know that there are other channels there, and please, if you know more channels, just put them in the comment section and let me know if you do have a buttkicker Pro or a Plus. Let me know how it has been for you as a driver, if it's something you recommend to other drivers as well. And there are people with 4 setups, 2 setups. I only run 1. Let me just know from your thoughts, what is better, if adding more haptic feedback on your sim rig makes it more better and more detailed in the information that comes to you. But honestly, for those who run haptic feedback, keep on doing your thing. And for those who don't have any haptic feedback, I recommend that you should just find one form of haptic feedback that helps you to be a better driver, because you be getting so much information that you can be able to react and respond before it's too late. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy contents like this, please do not forget, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get notified every time I post a new video. Until next time, guys, peace.